Okay, y'all, I had to come in here and get the iPod out because I was looking at the comments over the last 2 videos I did, and someone made a video. Someone made a comment like, "Oh, the video cut off. I was just getting into it," and I went back and looked at the video right into the end and realized video it cut me off. Now I recorded in the kitchen from this, and just like it do on here, it'll say, you know, the video's too long, trim it. But it always will put the whole video on YouTube. But with this, it didn't. So I don't know what's going on with that. You know, 15 minutes, like, it cut me off. So, hell, I can record 30 minutes. So unless YouTube done changed my partnership or whatever, I don't know. I got to figure it out. But I wanted to talk about something else and then talk about some of the things I can remember where it cut off. But y'all look tired. I'm in pain as always. But yeah, so let me talk to y'all to get my mind off of it. So, and I'm in my little station here where I work at when I'm at home, my nails and stuff. So, y'all want to see my little setup real quick? This is just, yeah, I got to have some wine. This is some stuff, a table I bought over the weekend. I'm taking to the shop, and we'll talk about that later. But anyway, back to the nails. It cut off on one of the videos where I was talking about, I think I was getting ready to talk about this stuff from OPI I had that was in my kit. I don't think I finished it. It cut me off. But anyway, I had called the people. I'm sorry, y'all, if I'm repeating myself, but I think I was talking about this stuff. I called OPI people. This stuff expired in 2003. And I remember doing my neck like this. So, yes, fucking primer expired 2003. And it's 2014. I'm like, really? So so all they did was probably at a discount. The damn school made an agreement with OPI or whatever, just said, no, fuck it, they students, they're just gonna mess up the stuff anyway. Send us old ass product. So I'm gonna have to soak my baby's nail off to make sure her fucking nail ain't green under there. Cause the shit had turned green, but you know, when I buffed the acrylic or whatever, it went away. 2003, like, are you serious? Really? So yeah, pissed me the fuck off. And I don't know what the other video cut off at. I think I was talking about sanitation and stuff. That stuff costs money. You have to have certain things to sanitize stuff, you know, on each client. And again, disclaimer, forgive me if I'm repeating myself, but I really don't remember. But I'm just going to talk about something else really quick. When you're using hand files, and buffers, then this going, I'm gonna save these because I think, like I said, I don't know if I mentioned it before, I can save these to use on the same client, and I will use no more than 2 times. So if I do my niece, and then I'm just practicing on her with some new powder I got, so I used this and it was brand new on my niece. So I'm gonna probably put this in a sanitized bag or something and use it for her again on her refill, then throw it away. But each client, you don't know when they're gonna come back, they're supposed to get a brand new file, a brand new drill, and throw this shit away. Yes. It's supposed to be thrown away, so you're paying for product. But this shit is supposed to be thrown out. Yep. So, okay. So, yeah, that's with that. Now, as far as what happened to me with, and let me look over my videos real quick, because y'all know my mind is bad. I don't think I talked about this on YouTube. I don't think I have. I've been talking to about so much with family and stuff. I don't think I talked to talk about it with you guys. Hold on. Yeah, I'm just, yeah. Okay. What had happened was, y'all, I don't know if I talked about this on YouTube when I had to, you know, do my exit interview for school, and one of the requirements was for me to go around to certain salons that I, you know, thought I would want to work at and like interview them for a position. And I had just did a little fake, you know, interview, write down shit like I talked to the people. So I'm like, the only salons around here, you know, chop shops. Hey, sweet, don't call you right back. All right. Yeah, the only thing around here is no chop shops and stuff. So I'm like, I know damn well I don't want to work for them, and I don't want to work for no chop shop or whatever. So I had went to certain, you know, certain business and, you know, asked for a business card. One lady I went to, she had a door lock. You know, which I understand, you know, so she's in about herself. So I got to the door. She open the door and, wouldn't even open up all the way, but she just immediately just started looking me up and down. I'm like, can I have a business card? And I can tell in her face like she was just scared. I'm like, no, just me. Can I have a business card? Because you have to turn in the business card and attach it to a sheet like you interviewed that, that company. I'm like, can I have a business card? What? Oh, so I'm saying to myself, oh, you don't speak English now? I'm like, can I have a business card? I need a business card for school. For what you need it for? And she just kept looking me up and down. I couldn't realize, but she looking at me. I'm like, what the hell? I'm like, what's wrong? I'm like, so I can't get a card. She looked at me, no, and slammed the door in my face and locked it. And it dawned on me right then when she locked it that she kept looking at me, because I looked down to see if I had something boo-boo or some shit on me or something. I had my school badge around my neck still, and I was still in my black, uniform, whatever. So she thought that I was from TDLR somewhere or the state or something, getting ready to, inspect her salon. Locked the fucking door in my face and slammed it in my face. Yeah. So anyway, what happened was, just talking back again about, what you're paying for. And so you're paying for our education, you're paying for our knowledge, because we actually, got up and went to school. I did anyway, and got 600 hours through the pain. I'm hurting like crazy right now. Took my ass to school to learn all of this stuff. So, I passed the written test. That was first, after you get your 600 hours. And that's, like I said in another video, that's book work. Big ass book. It's more than just, okay, this is how you lay acrylic, this is how you put stones on. No, you have to know sanitation. You have to know nail diseases, part of the skin. You have to know skin under your nail bed, your matrix, all of this stuff. All of this stuff is, you have to learn. Rules and regulations of Texas. You have to learn the rules and regulations and working in a salon. So it's a lot. It's a lot. It's only 600 hours, but most of it is book work. I'm not lying, y'all. It's you got to study and pass those tests, not just to pass, because when you get to take the written test, it's nerve wracking. That's why I was so excited, because folks that I had passed everything, I was just so excited, because it's just like, oh my God, that's the hardest thing once you get your hours over with and you clocked in and went to school. To remember all of that stuff you didn't learn. However long, it takes some people a year to do 600 hours. Because some people just go through stuff, you have to drop out. And luckily, thank you God, I didn't go do anything major that I had to take a leave. People have to take a leave of absence for emergency, all kinds of reasons. So you still got to get back and study and get your hours and take your written test, which is everything that you didn't learn while you was in school. If you took a year to finish 600 hours, you got to remember all this stuff, because it's a little bit from each chapter. It's a lot. It's a lot. Okay? So, I passed that. So, my practical was taking, a real person, because you have to perform, manicure in his hand, a couple of things on his hand, whatever. So, anyway, I went to the practical, and I took a girl with me, that, who needed to know how it is, because she never went. So, anyway, I went there, like my teacher told me, go in there in your smock, your uniform, you go in there with your bag, everything sanitized, everything. We practice it every Wednesday. When you get a senior, every Wednesday is getting you prepared for state boards. So that was just like, okay, I got this. That's nothing. So I get there, and I'm the only African American, I'm the only black woman, only black in there, in a room full of, however you want to, Asian, whatever you want to call them. Room full of them, and I'm the only black. I'm like, okay, so the follow the rules, sit down, So I knew what to do, but you still have to follow the rules or whatever. Get from the jump, you sit down, test that started, and there's no talking. It's like you can hear a pin drop, a needle drop, or whatever they say. It's quiet. You keep your eyes ahead on your station, head down, do what you're supposed to do. Ain't no looking around to see what so and so doing and what's the next step. No. And they was doing it. She had the teacher, it was 2 instructors, they had to call them out. And I mean, they was, I said, damn, she rude, but it's like, nah, she's taking care of business. But keep and that's how she was talking. There's no looking around, keep your eyes on your work. Look straight ahead. That's her tone. I'm like, and I had to go back to the school and talk to the class and my teachers. I'm like, man, I was scared. I was like a kindergarten. I was just like, had my head straight down. I was on my own work. I'm like, so, you do what you're supposed to do. Whatever, raise your hand. You done. You know everything. We was taught. You know, sanitize your hands before you start. You sanitize your hand. And the table and stuff, you sanitize that. Sanitize your hand. Sanitize your client's hand. That's before and after each service. And come to find out, you know, when I was able to, you know, just raise my head up a little bit and see who I can see in the front, they wasn't doing none of that. Everything I was doing was totally opposite of what I was doing. They were doing stuff totally opposite. I'm like, and our teacher told us, you know, keep your eyes straight ahead, because you're gonna think that you're doing something wrong by looking at somebody else, and you're gonna get off track, and it could be them that's doing it wrong. So don't worry about them. And that shit was right. So I'm like, no. I'm like, damn, I got a towel on her table. Through each service, she got a towel on her table. But I thought we weren't supposed to have no towel. And you're not supposed to. Because how you going to sanitize that table that you did 4, 5 clients on? Because we had to perform 4 services. So you got a towel on the table the whole time. That means you ain't sanitized that table after that other. Yeah, a lot of shit they was doing. A couple of them had on gloves. You didn't touch somebody's hand, done their work or whatever. You got the same gloves on, and you finna touch other people. You don't supposed to have no gloves on anyway, unless, you know, when you see people, you know, on YouTube or Instagram, whatever, with gloves on, you know, they polish, you know, you can work with it. Don't get me wrong, you can. As long as you sanitize the client's hand, you can work with gloves on, because you might have a cut, or you don't want to mess with your own nail polish or your own designs or whatever. But that shit goes off and goes in the trash when you get through with that client. But yeah, they were doing shit all kinds of wrong. And behind me, all I can hear was, and I'm not being funny, I'm just letting you guys know how it was. All I heard behind me was, and I'm like, and the instructor was like, shh, shh, no talking. There's no talking in here. You can't tell them what to do. They got quiet. 40 seconds, if they're long. And she was like, shh, you know, and I'm like, and she had to the instructor had to come over and stand with her hip on, you know, older black lady too, like she had a fucking switch. She was like, and it's quiet like you just heard. Then as soon as she turned her back and one step, I'm like, I'm just like, I'm looking at my, you know, my friend, you know, my mom. I'm like, what's going on? So that's automatic 0. You done flunk right there because you cheating, you're talking, whatever you're doing, you're talking. You don't. That's no. And come to find out, y'all, you know, after we get through, you know, with everything, everybody stayed up till everybody is done. Then they let all of the models out first. They said, okay, if you're gonna wait for your, you know, friend or whatever, go to the waiting area, room 220 or whatever. If you're not gonna wait, leave the building. You have to leave the building. And they was like stern, like leave the building. I'm like, okay, so I knew my friend had to go, you know, pick up a child from school, so she left. So we all sitting there, and oh yeah, during the whole service, you know, we do each service. You do your service, and you have a big. Well, I was taught in school, you have a big old giant plastic bag clamped to your desk, and you put everything in there after each service. Nail polish, man, everything you're doing for the next service. And then when you go to the next service, you go in your kit, your sanitized kit down here, pull out the gallon-sized Ziploc bag for that service, and you put everything out on that table for that service. And then you get through with that service, you know, glue and stuff, you just put it in that bag, just get it off your desk. They had everything on their desk at one time. From the beginning, that's what threw me off. I'm like, wait. You know, I'm like, what? But yeah, they automatically from the beginning. They had all this shit piled up on their desk, a towel. You go to a salon or whatever, we work, they got a towel down, that's fine. But when they get through with you, that towel supposed to come off their desk. You really supposed to just work with paper towels, but you know, some people just like the cushion of a towel, but it has to come off when you leave. It's supposed to come out, you want to put a fresh towel down. You don't leave the same towel on that desk all day. We've all saw that, you know, getting our nails done over the years, right? Right. That's nasty. I done called, you done called for whatever, all that shit and got on that towel, and she done touched some, and trust me, y'all, some tiny little nasty little fucking bastards out there, airborne pathogens and little particles and stuff. You picks it up in any kind of way. Yeah, totally everything is sanitation. So yeah, so after they got through, with the test or whatever, they're like, okay, leave them room or whatever. So we sitting there waiting for them to go to the computer thing, print out the results. They call like maybe 5 people before me, so I'm sitting there, and they give you your paper at the door. That means walk out that door and then leave the building. And I'm standing there, and I see the first 2 of them, well, the first 3 of them huddled up right there in the doorway with their paper open. And then the instructor was like, leave the room and leave the building. They just ignore her like whatever. Again, leave the room and leave the building. They jump in, they left. I'm like, what the fuck going on? Call the next 2 people up. Gave them their paper. They did the same thing. Like, they fuck you, I forget what you saying. I'm do what I want to do. Like they do now. I'm do what I want to do. She gave them their results. They at the door. And 2 of them trying to talk. They were trying to ask her something. She was like, leave the room and leave the building now. And I'm like, goddamn, what the fuck going on? And this, oh shit. Sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. Old school blooper. But, I'm sorry, y'all. Hope y'all didn't see too much saggy titty meat. But yeah, she like, leave the room, leave the building. I'm like, oh Lord, have mercy. Then when they called me, and I'm like, the last 2, but I grabbed that paper and I just flew to the elevator. I was trembling because I'm like, okay, I ain't finna open them none right here. What's going on? I get to the elevator, open it up, said pass. Hallelujah, thank you, Jesus. And I'm like, oh my God. So now I can hear was commotion and see a crowd of people. They said, no. They opened the paper and looking. I'm like, and I saw the one that was sitting behind me, all they talking. His eye was red, like he was crying. And I'm like, I walked up to him. I'm like, excuse me. I said, did you pass or did you fail? So I'm trying to still figure out what's going on. He's staring at me like this. I said, did you pass or did you fail? And I'm y'all know me. I'm like, did you pass or did you fail the test? Hell, I want to fucking know. And he like, I failed. And I'm not doing this video to make fun of anybody. I don't do that, but I'm just letting y'all know how what's in the nail game. So he failed. And it dawned on me. I'm like, I said, oh my God, all of them failed. They had to fail because, after talking to my model who was looking at stuff behind me and from what I saw, looking at who was in front of me. At the end of the service, you should have had it said Walmart, big old giant bags, 5-gallon bag. It's big old giant thing. Should have been stuffed with all of your stuff that you didn't use. Napkins, paper towels, all this stuff. They didn't have that. I saw just a couple of people. And they threw me for a loop too. I'm like, okay, what the hell is that hanging out their desk instead of that big old ass bag like I had? They had like a gallon size Ziploc bag. And all I saw in there, and I'm being honest to God. And I can see this person in front of me, and I can see the person right there. All they had at the end of the service on that desk was that gallon size Ziploc bag. And I saw, I think, like 1 cotton ball in it. 1 nail file, the one for natural nails you do for manicure. I saw that in there, and 1 orange wood stick. And I'm like, that's when I was driving. I'm like, okay, yeah, they failed because that thing. First of all, I should have had the big old thing like I had, full of napkins after each service, full of cotton balls, full of orange wood sticks, full of everything. So yeah, I was the only one in that class that passed state board. And it dawned on me. I'm like, we all hear the rumors and stuff. Maybe it's not a rumor. We've all heard the story about, they don't really go to school. Because I'm saying to myself, what school did they went to? They did not prepare them for state board. Everything they doing is just like, no, where y'all come from? And that's just how they do it in the salons now. I ain't sanitized nothing. Like my friend was like, yeah, girl, how you sanitize your hands and mine? They didn't do none of that on each service. Just went step to step to step, from step to step to step. You didn't touch. Yeah, I was the only one that passed. After y'all I done had a door slammed in my face, But yeah, it ain't all about the money, you know, and cute nails and stuff. You paying for your health. If you're not on Instagram like me, I invite you to go on Instagram and just go on these places, and you will see folks sending pictures of folks' nails just gone forever. Fungus, gang, all kind of shit, green, red, raw, blood. It's easily to pass that shit on. So be careful. I think I hit on everything, y'all. I'm sorry I look a hot mess, but you know it's finally getting a little chilly. It's below the 50s here in Texas, so I love the cold weather. But you know how the old people say, "Oh, my old neck, my old joints hurt, not it's getting cold." That's what happens to me when we get a little fall weather. I just ache up and I swell up and I can't move. But I just love to be cold, but my body don't love it. So let me clean up my little work area and put everything up. I love y'all, and I will come back with another video just to who want to hear it. You know, talk about my accomplishments in opening my own nail studio. I holla.